Did you know that 3 billion cups of coffee are consumed daily? Did you know that 125 million farmers' livelihoods are reliant on coffee? Did you know that 25 million coffee farmers, mostly smallholders, are highly exposed to climate change? Did you know that coffee is the second most valuable commodity exported by developing countries? Well, if you didn't, welcome to the world's most loved beverage, coffee. We are Kávè. There are so many challenges that coffee farmers face around the world. For example, in Mexico and Central America, rainfall has declined 50%. Additionally, crop damages are equivalent to $500 million. In Brazil, coffee farmers are experiencing hot spells and cold snaps. It is not a secret that coffee farmers around the world have little capacity to adapt to a hotter world in which climate change and market volatility conspire against them. There are so many social challenges and economic challenges that smallholders face, but the biggest one is that profits are not reinvested at farmers' level, while coffee is increasingly lucrative with a retail value of $200 billion. This means that farmers don't make enough to survive, and while the cup of coffee you drink may not be any cheaper, the amount that farmers are paid for their crop yield is only around 1 cent per cup. Even though billions are invested in the consumer's end of the value chain, less than 10% of the aggregate wealth stays in the producing countries. What's future like for coffee? Well, severe risks are posed by climate change to the world's coffee supply. For example, for 2050, climate change will cut the area suitable for coffee production by half. Around 2080, wild coffee, an important genetic resource for farmers, will be extinct. What can coffee lovers do in order to avoid supply shortages, impacts on flavor and aroma, and rising prices? Well, there are 3 small steps that they can follow. First of all, they have to learn about the challenges faced by coffee producers and communities. The second step for coffee lovers is to get involved. It takes so much more than you might think to deliver that special cup of coffee. You have to know the coffee stages. The third and last step for coffee lovers is to drink positive. They have to choose brands that are carbon neutral free, assist in farm economic management, and provide greater stability for farmers. If you love coffee, but you also want to help, every grain counts. Please start here and subscribe to Kávè.
Our product has 6 key points. The first one being the sustainable coffee production, as we encourage our coffee producers a well-paid labor and a pesticide-free coffee. The second one being the sustainable coffee filters and spoon. In the first delivery, you will receive an organic reusable hemp coffee filter and spoon. The product also comes with instructions and a visual guide on how to best prepare your coffee, and on the back side, a brief description of the history of the coffee you're drinking and insights from the region. There's a coffee mug collection with seasonal details depending on the coffee region. There are also discounts on the membership subscription period depending on how long the subscription is. It can go for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. The longer the subscription, the higher the discount. We are also part of a social impact business campaign with a brief card on how we're supporting coffee farmers with each sale, and how the coffee farmers are capable of planting more coffee trees and maintaining an efficient harvest every time you support a sustainable production.
The what of our ecological coffee box are those products. Then, the how is a viable way of discovering new parts of the world, a tasteful experience, discovering all the forms that coffee can have: dry cherry, parchment, green, etc. And all coffees, Arabica and Robusta, are the 2 main types that are sold internationally. Then, obviously, increasing the well-being and the financial security of farmers and offering aromatic beverage from all nationalities, as well as a deep understanding of coffee farmers. Then our why will be to fight climate change, to connect with the communities around the world, to travel the world with just your senses, to bring coffee cultures into a cup, to empower communities, to encourage sustainable and local coffee production, to support fair and sustainable coffee production, and to fight climate change. And finally, our ultimate why will be a taste of the world from a farm to a cup.
Our business statement is to deliver a daily grain of hope and wonder, not only through high-quality certified organic coffee from around the world, but creating authentic moments of pleasure for coffee drinkers. We seek to improve environmental sustainability of coffee farming practices and guaranteeing fair return to smallholders, in order to improve communities to build their capacity to adapt to climate change. Our competitive advantage is to create shared value and improving long-term farmer welfare by working in a sustainable coffee sector. Our strategy relies on returns to smallholders and investment on climate-smart coffee production, addressing landscape conservation and climate reliance while adding value to our customers by exceeding coffee lovers' expectations.
We came up with the following objectives statement. The first is to gain awareness. Within the first year, we plan to reach over 20,000 followers on Instagram, and from those first 6 months, we plan to increase by 40% website sales. The second is stronger digital presence. Within the first month, hire content creators to improve the website design and social media posts, partner with influencers to have an extended customer retention. Third is the coffee crop partnerships. Within 2 years, we plan to reach a certified partnership with the main exporting regions of coffee like Brazil, Indonesia, Mexico, Vietnam, and Ethiopia. The fourth is fair return and true pricing. In all our productions, ensure that 20% of our revenues are directed to increase the average price paid to the coffee grower at farm gate level, so that aggregate wealth of coffee stays in the producing countries. Fifth, brand positioning. Within the first 2 years, position our brand within the United States market while revolutionizing coffee experience by increasing the non-store retailing from 2.9% up to 5% based on our e-commerce sales. Sixth, reduce logistic costs. Within the first year, reduce operation costs to transport the coffee blends from the exporting countries. Guarantee a sustainable shipping mode in its different modes: bags, bulk, containers, bags in containers, or bulk containers. 7. Drive sales. Within the first year, reach over 600 subscribers for the box and establish partnerships with coffee shops to get better deals for the first months as a subscriber and to receive monthly feedback from our users. And last is sustainable production. Offer recycling solutions to our subscribers with our eco-friendly products. Strengthen coffee landscape resilience through extensive tree planting towards 2,000 worldwide with our partnership countries in the world.
Our customers vary between the ages of 25 and 55. They are businessmen and women. They don't have a defined job description, but they are considered to be workaholics. They may be single or married and may have children or not, but they live in the USA. They strive to become coffee experts because they find in coffee a great pleasure of life. They need coffee to start their day. One of their quotes would be "coffee before Turkey" because they can't stand a day without coffee. They are aware of the climate change and want to take action on it. They want to stop the course of action of climate change. something really frustrating for them is that they find it really hard to balance their life between fitness and family and work and everything. It's really complicated. Their lifestyle is really fast and really hard to catch up with.
The brand is targeted at the US market with a population of 209,128,094 people over 18 and sales going as far as 14,219 million. The US market has a growth potential and access to buy specialized products. We're targeting people from the age of 25 through 55 years old and medium high classes, with annual incomes of $100,000 and $150,000 per year. Coffee is a global product, so ethnicity does not play a significant role. Nevertheless, we're using English as our brand language.
Our market research was through a qualitative study made through a survey research in order to gather usable data from customers, email surveys, and focus groups techniques. We used two tools. First, making polls to coffee consumers from 25 to 55 years old, asking, do you prefer good quality products over common use? Do you support products that share social impact campaigns? Are you interested in trying coffee options apart from the common found? Secondly, we analyzed the national and international coffee markets, investigating if there are other products like ours on the internet.
Most of the time we just try the coffee that is popular and most sell. Little do we know about the local communities and how different coffee can taste. I want to expand my taste in coffee, but it's really expensive and I never know the types, or how to choose, or the best way of making it. My Daily Good Mood is sponsored by coffee.